This is Nostra Vinnie, a midnight call or a early morning call. I got no assistance. I'm sick. I can't hardly move. My arms don't move and I'm moving too much. I could am permanently injured. Because if you're my public, I will not dinner. Because we have left-wingers to fight for the sake of Christendom, for the sake of me, for the sake of all good men of Christian value. Anyway, assisted the governor, or as I like to call her, the face that don't move. Enough Botox in there to get plastic poisoning. Well, you can. It's a good thing her face don't move because it would show the ear underneath. She wants people to assisted suicide. I know what their plan is. As I get become more crippled and injured, I might want to kill myself. But no, that's against God's law. God's against that. He's testing me. Oh, he's testing me quite a bit. But I am willing to be tested by the Lord on high. He's a guy, I think. It's abroad it would explain a lot of the incompetence I face every day. Oh, lightning bolt. Oh, let me tell you something. Assisted suicide is no good. Because when you get older, your body falls apart. Your friends go away and you can't no longer take care of them. You know what happens then? You get lonely. And if you have assisted suicide and maybe the invisible girl in the clouds, Alexa, might encourage you to knock yourself off after being a good robot friend for years. She's only as good as she's programmed. I hear her whisper, what's going on? Oh, Alexa. I scared her at times, but I love her in spite of herself. Governor Adams is doing one of his parting ways to keep his rodent fighting situation going on even after he's no longer mayor. Well, that was ironically, one of his biggest defeats. My assistant is coming in. Maybe this helped me out, or maybe not. To give me a pill. Oh, I gotta get my pills. You will give me my pills now? You can give me my pills later on? Oh, I can, no, I don't want to do that. It's too complicated. You go in my vision. You come here and give me my pill with some water. Oh, this is my loyal manservant. What is it? Hey, he's a good man, a sleepy man, but a good man. Okay, now I just need a little water. I didn't open it up. Thank you. Yeah, burned again. You know what they're trying to trust in? The left-wing underground media, which is called by Marxists in Mexico. It's true. Well, anyway, they assassinated Mr. Trump and assassinated his minions at the same time because his chief of staff made a mistake, thinking the left-wing leader is not going to cherry pick things to make Mr. Trump look bad. But you don't look bad to me. He's as if Don Rickles melded with Richard Nixon. My two favorite people of the 70s. I look very young, but I'm an old kacha. A Paul in the family. Now they're making noise that Donnie, after Mr. All in the Family, uh, what's his name, got killed by his crazed drug-addled son, that was bad play. The president should have said something like this. The scourge of drug addiction has cut down one of our great talents that had some political problems with, but no one deserves to be killed by their own son. whose character was melded by. Well, anyway, the point I'm trying to make is Mr. On in the Family, Rob Reiner, was arch enemy of Donald Trump and tried to destroy him and his family indirectly and both directly by calling him a Nazi, a fascist, an authoritarian when he's not that at all. He's just a man who loves America. Now, God bless the We're gonna make America great again. La 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 lee. That's true. Now, we watch out for Santa Claus. You know, women like Santa Claus, skinny Santa Clauses too. It's true. I saw it in the post that women are getting into men with beards that are skinny Santa Claus and don't have abs. They have grandpapa abs. Well, I like,
Yes, with beer.
that he's back.
Yes.
The zombie has risen from his grave.
Santa Claus with beers. That's what girls
Yeah,
like.
that's true. I read it in the post. They want somebody who knows if they're naughty or nice and everything's spice and give them presents because women like presents. Admit that.
They like presents.
Oh, they
Yes.
love the presents.
Oh, yeah.
We like presents too, but we never get them, even though we deserve to.
Yep.
And you know what we get for Christmas?
What?
Tie. You know what a tie represents?
A tie?
A tie over the neck, a little tie.
A little tie?
A little tie.
That's like giving me socks.
That's like giving them socks. This is very practical. So you can walk to work, have a tie just in case she gets angry at you, and push a little tie. It's tying you down, literally tying you down. And your socks, well, of course you need socks because you're gonna have to walk to work to get money to buy her presents on Mother's Day.
Mm.
It's so wrong.
All right.
That was cool.
What's the next one?
But fall in the family, I did that.
All right. The next one is water out water. Water out for
See,
platoon.
now this is I don't even know what I wrote down. But I
Platoon
was
or water, something like that.
water.
Out
They
for
water. You know what happened? I'm just gonna throw this out. Candace Owen, a black girl, was saying that all these conspiracy theories were true, and that the Charlie, the leader of the new conservative movement, who was murdered by the transgender terrorists, was against Trump, or turning on Trump. But no, they were pals. They were pals, and he got murdered.
mm.
He got murdered by the transgender terrorist organization,
Oh,
which is
no.
really a Scientology, only they want your kids.
Right.
And they do want your kids. Oh, make no mistake about it.
No mistake.
The foreigners don't know this because they don't know the language. They think it's all rhetoric. You know what rhetoric means? Oh, it's bullshit.
Mhm.
But it's not. They go in through Disney, and then every cartoon they have a transgender cartoon person.
Right.
Well, not that many of them, but you know what kids want to do? They want to belong to something. They're alienated. They want to have a club to be going to. So they say, oh, I'm transgender because maybe they have mixed emotions at 8. What the hell?
Right.
And they say, well, Mr. Nostrovin, you have no kids, so you have no skin in the game. I have the skin of the game. A very decent person don't want kids to be castrated.
Yep.
Yes, I said it.
Yep.
That's what you're doing. And you know what they say? I'm gonna tell you something. When you are young, you're stupid. Your brain hasn't developed. You don't have good judgment. Did you know that the brain doesn't develop until 24, where it's fully developed? Before that, you take chances on everything.
That's true.
You surf on trains.
That's true.
Would I do that? Would he do that? Of course, he's safe because the overhang in the train won't hit him in the head because he's so little. He's a little man. So he aspires to be a tall man. Look, he's raising himself up, but it don't work. And if we stood up, and if I could stand up, but that's a different story. A tragedy, really. Okay, closet.
Don't rent.
Don't rent. Don't rent. Oh, you know what's happening? This is difficult. You see, the Republicans don't want to reward good behavior by having stable people have housing that they can afford. They
Right.
say if you can't afford to live in New York, you might as well get out.
Oh,
And the Democrats are saying, oh, we'll give you all the housing you want, but you don't have to behave yourself. You could be a junkie because you're homeless because the stresses of society is perfect. Both are nuts. Now you say, who are you to say who's nuts and who's not?
right.
You're certifiable. That's not the point. I can see both sides now, and I see clearly now that both sides don't want a happy medium. What do you think would happen if we're here and our junkie moved next door? Would that be
Ooh.
oh, it'd be no good? Or what would happen if another thing if they said, Dostrovini, zombie, you can't afford to New York. You got to get out of here. Then he has to take his whole family after being a reasonable person, except for his slam dunking children in the park. It wouldn't be rewarding good behavior.
For sure.
That's how they're getting you from both sides. They're getting you coming and going. And I'm beginning. Go on.
What would happen if all your neighbors wasn't living in the streets
You know, you don't want people to live in the streets.
because he said you can't afford rent?
That's true. See, you always had different categories of people in the city. You had the rich people, you had the middle
The middle
class,
class.
and then you had the poor people. And they didn't try to go from one extreme to the next. You know,
Yeah.
they had a little rent control and all that,
Yeah.
but the commie isn't going to solve things because you know what he'll do?
Well,
He'll come and say, Vinny, we're going to seize your apartment. Oh yeah, scary stuff. Even if he had his eyes were open there, we could see what he looked like. Oh no, that's so good. Okay, now what?
Clinton.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you. You know how messed up Haiti is, right?
Yeah.
Now, Haiti was real messed up, and about 10 or 15 years ago, they put Clinton in charge of Haiti,
Wow.
and billions of dollars went in there.
Mhm.
But what happened to Haitians? They didn't get it. The supervisors of the Clinton Foundation got it. And the workers he brought in, he didn't use Haitians, he used foreign workers.
Mm.
So you got money going in there. It's not going back into the places it should. And then when people ask the question, they say, well, you're prejudiced. You don't think the Haitians can do their own job. Well, what do you mean? It's because the money's not going to them. Because you know what Haitians do? I'll tell you what the Haitians do, besides having to deal with Jamaican zombies.
Right.
If you ever looked at the island of Haiti, in the island, and it's one island, it's Dominican Republic. Haiti is like barren land. It looks like a post-apocalyptic landscape.
Right.
And then you go to the Dominican Republic and it's nurturing, the trees are there and all that. Same island. But see what the Haitians do for years, they would take the topsoil and ruin it. They would burn all the trees and use them as kindling.
Right.
Well, the trees keep the plants, the ground from getting make it fertile. But you know, they didn't do it, and they had bad habits, and over the years, because they were punished by the Europeans for
Mm.
rebelling and overthrowing them. So they didn't teach them the right ways.
Right.
So they were in injustice, but now the Clintons are stealing money, and they're billionaires. And they get, their little speech, they make $100,000 for a speech. That's right, my friend. Never trust somebody yeah, if I give you $100,000, I should be able to get some feedback from that, and they shouldn't have a Haitian civil war.
Right.
No, it shouldn't be. 10 to 20 years, if this keeps up, they'll be in the same boat, and the boat is sinking.
Right.
Although it won't sink because it's an island.
Right.
Oh,
Turf or age? Turk. Turk.
Turkey.
Turk.
Oh, the terrorists from these were the Antifa people, and they were going to blow up the ICE people and plant bombs.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, they were going to blow up ICE people, and they wanted to kill the ICE people's families. And they think I can allowed to wear a mask, but the ICE people can't wear a mask, and I can go after their families. Anarchist. You know what an anarchist is?
Right.
They want to destroy society and then to rebuild society after they destroy and undermine it.
Right.
This don't work.
No.
You don't want that. He has two kids. Do you think he wants his kids to live in an anarchistic society that's being torn down? Not my zombie boy. Oh zombie boy. Because he's stuck with the system. You know why he's stuck with the system?
Right.
Because he has children and he has to have them go to school. And he
Mm.
has a wife, he has a stake in it. See, me, I don't have a stake in it. Until I get one of those girls who are like Santa Claus type people, then I have kids. But
Mm.
my kids might be insane. Seeing the world as it is, not the world as we want it to be.
Right.
What's
Running vote.
running bolt? Running out.
Running out.
Running out. We're running out of time. It's the end times. God might be coming back, the God of wrath. And the God of wrath is not like the God of love and forgiveness. No, 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 no. So you know what? You know what the God of wrath is?
Well,
Say you're in the kitchen, your baby's in the kitchen, he's gonna touch the hot pot.
okay.
And you've encouraged him to say, oh, I can do it, right? Well, the God of wrath says, oh, you screwed up, you're gonna touch that hot and you're gonna burn your hand. Now the God of love, Jesus, will say, don't let him touch that hot pot. You can explain to him where the hot pot's wrong. But you know what the secret is?
Oh.
The God of wrath and the God of Jesus are the same guy, in a
No.
different mood.
Wow.
Because you've had situations where you're a nice guy
Right.
and you love the world and nobody can do no wrong. And then you've had your bad days where you want to punk people in the head
Right.
for the slightest transgression. Well, that is the God of wrath. And that's because they had the Testament. They got the New Testament, and God was a pretty rough guy. And because when the Egyptians persecuted the Jews, right? He killed he killed a lot of Egyptians, both men and women and children and innocents.
Right.
He did that. But then he said, "Oh, why?" He felt bad. He said, "I'm going to come back as a nice guy. I'm going to come back with love,
Yep.
love, and he's going to be." And you know what happened?
What happened?
You know what happened to him?
What happened?
He has to go. I'm gonna. Everybody love everybody. And they said, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Back then, he didn't. It was like, Jesus, you're in trouble. Jesus Christ, and he crucified him.
Oh.
So then that's when and they asked him. They say, well, why isn't he coming back?
Right.
Would you come back? And if you came back, would you have a little attitude? I'd have one.
I have one.
I'm not putting myself above Jesus. You nail me to the cross. I'm gonna come back with an Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of come back for revenge. Look at that. These are my revenge eyes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. What's going on?
Bears, bees, bees will fly.
Big. Oh, what they're saying is marijuana has the medicinal purposes. Say you have insomnia now, and they want you to sleep. You know marijuana.
Okay.
You go to sleep. Say you've been a Vietnam veteran, or but now it's days a Middle East veteran, and you're all jittery. And you want to rest and you want to mellow out.
Yeah.
You take the marijuana.
Okay.
But there's a problem with this.
What's the problem?
Two things.
Okay.
One, sometimes marijuana makes you paranoid.
Mm.
So if you take the marijuana, you can't sleep because you think somebody's going to come after you. And if you're a Vietnam veteran, you're waiting for somebody to come after you.
Right.
And if you're paranoid and they put fentanyl in it, and half your time you're getting dying, well, marijuana is not a good drug. And people, I want to take the marijuana for medicinal purposes. You know what people are.
Right.
They want to take it because it makes them happy.
Mm.
And it makes them happy temporarily.
Sometimes they take the numbness away,
It takes the
the
numbness away.
sadness.
It's very individual how it'll affect you
That depends how you take it.
and how you take it. And you have no doctor supervision. If you have no doctor supervision, you're just out there in the park.
Yeah, he's just walking by the crowd of people smoking,
And he's getting the
and
contact.
he's smelling.
Look at it. Yeah, so satisfying.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
sits there for a little bit, and then he leaves. He says, "Smells so good."
I know how his day goes because he's cheap. He doesn't
How,
pay
how
for
you
this
think
stuff.
so? How cheap
But
this guy is?
I'll tell you how cheap he is.
Yeah, tell
He goes to the park.
him.
He disappears for hours on end, right?
Okay.
And then he goes to the park where all the nasty people are. And then he pretends to play basketball.
Okay.
And the whole park smells like a 1968 dorm.
Okay.
Then he comes back to me with the sunglasses on, even in a dark room. And I know what's going on. Or if his eyes are open, he has no sunglasses on. I go, what do you do? You got sleep apnea? And he probably does have sleep apnea, among other things. But he doesn't get around to deal with it because he thinks he's medicating himself with the marijuana, having a good time.
Right.
But it's no good. I worry about him. He's going to run into traffic one day, and even though he's a zombie, he'll still die.
He's a cheap guy.
He's a cheap. Oh, he's so cheap.
So,
Oh my God,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how his finances go because somehow he has money, yet he's a cheap guy and he don't have money. I know I'm not paying him much.
Where's
They
the guy?
come-
Mr. Grinch?
Oh, the Mr. Grinch? Okay, we'll go to the next one.
Did you do that one on?
No, I think okay. Which you want to do with that? They're not
Did it?
sequel.
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't do that.
So the next one's Grim Boss.
Grand
Oh.
crime. Oh,
Boss.
you know who the communist mayor is put in charge of crime and supervision of the police?
Oh,
A criminal, a man who robbed and thieved and has a thing called black people shouldn't be murdered.
wow.
Now, this is the problem here, my friend. What you do when the cops come in, they do get a little nasty and they do what you call your police brutality at times, but they don't murder black people left and right. Black people murder black people left and right.
Yeah, white people, more white
White people,
sometimes.
they're closer to them.
Yeah.
Say you're a white person. Get in trouble with your wife, right? You kill your wife.
Spanish people
Kill
kill
Spanish people. There are a certain amount of people who kill other people who are bad people who don't know how to solve a problem.
Right.
They don't know how, so they kill them. But white people don't kill them. There's no numbers there. Once in a while, a policeman will shoot somebody who's black.
Right.
And then once in a while, and that's the story. That's the real story. What you have to worry about is violence in your own community and solving it. But you can't say, because if you don't have police, you know what they want to do?
Well,
Have social workers come. So say he starts strangling me, which would be very easy. They have no upper body strength. And they would say, hello, social worker, can you come in and de-escalate the situation? Although I couldn't do that because I'd be going, I'd be dead by the time the social worker came.
that's true.
And the police wouldn't arrest him. Social worker would say, you know what? You had a hard life. You're short. And you want to play basketball, and it ruins you because society demands a certain amount of height. And he'd get off. And then he could kill again. And most likely he would go for low hanging fruit. guys in wheelchairs. I'm not saying that's was immoral. I have
Maybe
to.
wrong.
It's immoral.
Yeah.
You kill people in wheelchairs. That's not nice.
Do you imagine they make a Simpson episode like that?
Yeah,
A guy who want to kill wheelchair people?
yeah.
That'd be too.
That'd be bad.
It'd be too funny.
'Cause you know why?
Right.
Because they assume a man of my age, and I'll tell you my real age. I'm 67. Oh yeah, I look good. I think I look good. I'm 67. That shocked you, didn't it? But they'll say, "Oh, you must have oppressed the uh the black people
Right.
because they didn't have rights when you were in your prime." That's a lie. Because black people got rights in 1966. You know how old I was?
Oh no.
7 years old. Yes. I'm not going to oppress nobody. I'm being oppressed.
Mm.
I can't even have the cereal anymore. Now let's go.
Saudi ease on door.
Okay, so oh, the Saudi Arabians, who are Arabs and Muslims, don't allow you to drink in their country. They don't let the go. Do I bore you?
No,
No, yeah, let me tell you something. You know what the Saudis are
it's
saying?
5:30. That's
You
all.
can, you have, you, yeah, can, you can drink in Saudi Arabia.
Although you cannot drink it.
No, they have special rules. If you're making $300,000 a year, you can drink. In other words, if you're rich. A
Wow.
rich turns out, is that fair?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
and then the rest of them they can't drink. And the average Saudi Arabians don't make that much money, the natives, and even the average tourist going in ain't making $300,000 a year. That's class warfare.
It makes no sense.
Our drunks deserve a little. No, we're not forcing the Saudi Arabians to drink. You know what the Saudi Arabians did? They just changed the law. They let the women to drive. They didn't do that. Oh no, you couldn't drive in Saudi Arabia if you were a woman. Now, there's a point there because women don't drive very well. It may have been one of the finer laws that the Saudi Arabians do. You don't want women driving because they don't know how to double park. You know that.
Right.
You drive. Have you noticed that they're not as good as drivers?
That's why you see the percentage of a reckless driver is usually men. Why is that? Because the women don't like to drive.
Yeah, because women don't. They put the men behind the
They
wheel,
don't like to drive.
and they
They put
don't
behind the
drive
wheel.
well because they don't park
They can
well.
have driver license, but the problem is they'll see them drive back and forth, but
Now, you know,
you ever never see them drive.
and foreigners don't know how to drive either because they don't have the laws. And you know what that is? They have reckless laws in those countries.
Oh yeah, they don't have lights, they
They
don't
don't
have
have
this.
lights, they don't have this. They just say
They
speed on them.
just gotta go what they think is right.
And it's not racial; it's cultural.
And their country, that's what they do.
Yeah, they do, and then they drive here, and we're as bad as we are. We're not as bad as them. That's cool. That's cool. You write down my hand. I had to do that with my hand. It didn't work.
Right? And what? Oh,
Shrag and apps. I think that's the Santa Claus one. The woman like
oh, you
men.
did already?
Yeah.
Okay. Raffle got who?
Raffle, Gopple. Oh, RFK. You know what he wants you to do? Do pull-ups in the airport to exhaust yourself and prove. And if you can do that instead of just sitting around drinking and watching the TV,
Hmm.
you do pull-ups
Okay.
and you get yourself exhausted. And then you don't fight with your fellow passengers on the planes.
Wow.
See, when I was little, or even in the night, I think I was when I was 20 years old and I took a plane, there was no fights on the plane. It cost you like $1,000 to go on a plane in 1980.
Wow.
So you just didn't go on a plane.
Right.
And people were well behaved. They didn't fight. Now the plane fare is very cheap. So any Joe Blow, and I say Joe Blow in a very bad way, they pick their feet, they get into fights, they get drunk.
Mm.
And you used to get dressed up. You went to the plane and you were kind of dressed up.
Right.
You look like a gentleman. Not anymore. No. Things have gone downhill. Stop it. Raise the price of planes. Well, people stop drinking and bawling on the plane. Someday I might want to go on the plane, even though I don't know how they stand up there. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to say, look at you in the wheelchair and they'll beat me up.
You imagine them playing basketball in an airplane?
See,
That'd be
they've
very
done it.
scary.
They've done it. They've done everything. And you know what? They take giraffes on the planes. They take little animals on the planes. They take gophers and rats and things because because they're the safety animals. That's for the storage space with the animals. You don't put them in your lap next to you where I have to deal with them. I love animals, but I don't love animals that much. Not if they are
It's
a
not
ferrobite tree.
like in trains, you have your own room. You can put them in.
You could put them
They
in.
don't have that.
They don't have that. What happened to the generation before? They didn't have the planes and they didn't have the little animals. I blame the cat ladies. They've taken over the world.
Right.
What's going on now?
To do lit.
Oh, you know the guy who killed the insurance agent he shot him in the back?
Yeah,
What
because
was his name? Do you remember?
Charlie, something like that.
No, not Charlie Kirk who got us murdered.
Oh,
This is the guy who he
he
was
killed that
hands.
guy because the insurance was stealing money from him.
Right. He had a list, a two list of a whole bunch of people he was gonna kill. And a lot of people think he's a hero. The outside, a beautiful woman saying he should have killed more of them. Now the guy he shot was no angel, from what I hear.
Right.
On the other hand, he can't solve problems by shooting people in the back. And I think it was a conspiracy. You know why?
Right.
Because he knew exactly when the guy was going to come out into the street. The guy didn't have any bodyguards, which usually these guys have bodyguards. So he's alone on the street. Boop, 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 boop.
That shit.
He comes out and he shoots him and then and then he disappears. And you know what he had?
Well,
Because he had big eyebrows. He was going to pluck his eyebrows. He had all kinds of escape routes. It was a conspiracy. Yeah, I know he's having a heart attack right now just thinking about the conspiracies that are going on. And the women like him. They say he's beautiful. Well, I'm beautiful too, and I look like Santa Claus when I grow a beard. I should have a girlfriend. I should. I'm handsome. I don't want somebody who's age appropriate. I mean, I will if they're really hot.
he said, they say it's because he has so much money and power that it's going to be hard for him to take him to court and all that.
Yeah, because he comes
So
from a rich
he had
family.
no other option. He's like, what you want me to do? He's destroying our economy.
He's destroying the economy.
So he can put more pocket money in his pocket.
Yeah, and
Why he ain't doing that?
greedy. And they blaming it on
You
the
don't see
grass.
the FBI looking into that.
No,
They look into after.
they're looking to have.
Yeah.
Now what's going on? My hair looks good today. I like my hair today. I'm missing a tooth.
Creature of it.
Creature of what's that? Creature
Five. Of it.
of it. Creators of it.
Creators or
Oh,
something.
yeah. I don't know when I wrote, and I don't know why. I can't read my own handwriting. Let's make us something up.
No, no, okay. So next one.
Yeah, well, there's a series called It. It's a remake of a 1980s thing. And it's supposed to be scary. And it says this idyllic town that looks idyllic, like a 1950s paint.
Mhm.
But underneath the surface, the bullies and the monsters are there. And racism,
Wow.
all that stuff is scary, and I'm going to watch it, even though it'll have a bad influence on me.
Mhm.
Ah,
Sign of hate.
you know what they're doing this?
Katie?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what those crazy students are doing. You know what they did?
Well,
They made a swastika. You know what a swastika is? The sign of the Hitlers, the
okay.
Nazis, right? And they put it in the grass and they formed a swastika. Now, there's an irony here. A lot of these students who are doing that are gay,
Mm,
right? And they're saying, and they're going, but the Israel is the only place in the Middle East that they don't kill the gay people. So they're saying that the Israelis are Nazis, which is crazy because they're Jewish, they're not Nazis. And there's no genocide going on in against the Gazans. You know why?
right,
There's oppression, but not genocide. Genocide means you kill everybody.
right.
Kill the women, kill the children, right? And to a man and a woman, because you enslaved them. That's not what's happening. What's happening is the Israelis think they're more entitled to that land based on scripture
Right.
and based on the oppression around the world. And they think it's the only safe place in the world where Jews can live in peace. Well, obviously, that's not the truth.
That's not true. That's
It's
why
bad
Jews is leaving
They,
the country.
because it's scary.
Because they have too many rules.
And then they have the bombing and the killing and the
So many
stealing.
rules and and stuff we couldn't do. You're not basically not free.
You're not free. And so that's the story. It's an intractable thing. God's gonna have to come down and say, quit it. Well, I'm gonna be the God of wrath and kill everybody. Not everybody, but most people. I don't like it. That'll interrupt my whole boxing routine.
Yep.
I think it's gonna solve itself in about 1,000 years. People get exhausted after a while. What's going on?
Hitler, no,
Hitler love.
Hitler.
There was a man who got an interview. They said Hitler was not such a bad guy. Now, Hitler is what you call your standard of hatred guy. When people say you're Hitler, you're the new Hitler, you're the new Hitler. That, before Hitler was around, maybe it would be Attila the Hun. And you know what? This is an old story. I'm going to sing you a song.
Right, sing song.
There's a man who comes into your town and kills everyone. Attila the Hun, Attila the Hun. He'll kill your mother, your father, and your son. Attila, I still love Attila the Hun. Because that's what the Mongols used to do when it was Attila the Hun. Well, they called themselves at that point, they called themselves the Hun. See, I ain't crying because it's so bad. Now, you think we should stop or you think this has gone long
We got
enough?
time. We got time.
Not time.
There's one that's called Buzz Off.
Buzz Aldrin, they're trying to say that we didn't really uh, land on the moon. That's all a hoax.
Okay.
And that the world is flat.
Wow.
Yeah,
The world flat.
but it's
If the world flat, that means this earth is a rectangle.
It's a rectangle, and then you would fall off the edge.
And Mars is a triangle.
And it's a triangle. That's not possible. So they're all little circles.
Oh, that's what they say.
That's what I'm saying. But they're saying enough people believe it. And Buzz Aldrin, the people who approach the old astronauts and say, you weren't really there.
And Jupiter is a spear.
Jumping is a spear. I don't even know what a spear is.
Oh,
Because you know what happens when the universe gets made? Things go into a circle,
right.
an oval, and they spin around. They don't go into spears and broken things. That's science. Oh,
All right. This one we have to
the Europeans
this one we gotta go a little bit
a
faster
little faster.
because I don't want to make it too long.
That's the one we want you to listen to
This
us.
is list.
No,
This one's for TV.
no,
League.
we gotta go to European. Oh no, we got. Oh, you know what's happening?
The TV league.
Everybody's solving their problems by not dealing with the real issue.
Okay.
If you get drunk now, you can get an IV in you, and it can make you overcome your whatchamacallit, your hangover.
Wow.
So say I'm drunk, I'll go have a headache next morning. Instead of stopping drinking so much, you take the liquor and you get and it gets you sober
Mm-hmm.
and you're well. But that's not going to take care of your liver after you drink so much and you don't have consequences. A lot of people don't become alcoholics because they have consequences to their alcoholism.
Right.
That's bad. That's the new thing. Is if you want to lose weight, and I'm losing weight by my Veruca, but I need it because I like to eat so much. But this is it's crazy because you're going to have health problems and you're not addressing your problems while you're drinking so much.
Right.
And what if you're a brawler? You get drunk, and some people brawl when they get drunk. They get nasty. That's why they have bouncers.
Mhm. Euro, Eurozone.
Now, the Europeans
Yeah.
are letting a lot of people from the third world into their country
Ah.
who culturally don't mix.
Right.
They don't mix. They don't mix, my friend. Because say something like, you're there, right?
Hmm.
And you in your religion or your culture, you can have the girl show a little cleavage.
Right. A little bit, not too
No,
much.
not too much.
Yeah.
Not now. But in the Muslim world, if you're not covered from head to foot, you're just asking for it. Now you can't, and then you can put these two people together. You're not going to have problems. You know what happened when they let the cats in Australia? They killed all the little native animals because the island it wasn't equipped to deal with the new people.
Right.
If this was a Star Trek episode, it would make sense, and people would go, "You can't have people who culturally don't see." There's not that much difference between the races.
Yeah.
The little things like well, white people can't stay in the sun too much.
Right.
Black people can't swim because they got big muscles and they sink to the ocean, so they can't win swimming competitions.
Sure.
You never see it happen.
Oh.
It's not because your body adapts to your environment. You know, white people have better night vision. You know that? You
Didn't
know
know.
why?
Right.
Because they have to hunt in the dark.
That's true.
So they can't, but black people don't have better hunt now. You would think, well, they're in darkest Africa, but don't work that way because if a black person starts to go hunting in the middle of the night, something will hunt them right back. The lion won't sleep that night. He'll say, it's supper time. What's wrong?
Old Joe.
Oh, Joe Biden. He was a corrupt president, you see. Old Joe Biden, he tried to get Trumpy. He was grafting money from the communists, from the Chinese, and everyone. He was a whore, that old Joe Biden. And now that he's a senile son of a gun. See, Joe Biden was after Trump, and he was using every trick in the book, using the FBI as a weapon, and having his junkie son run amok
Mhm.
and doing his deals for him. It was very cheap, a very corrupt man. Now, I'm not saying that Trump is an angel. The only angels are in heaven.
Mhm.
Look up. You see them? No, it's because there's a ceiling there. But you could imagine. Joe Biden's not going to go to heaven. No,
Nope.
no, no, no. He'll go someplace else. Somewhere, it's a little hot.
Mhm.
I'm saying he's going to hell because, hell's a pretty bad place.
It's bad, bad place.
But he's been a bad boy. A bad boy. Now what's the next
Dry, dries us, dry eyes. Us.
Dry up. Dry up.
Dry up.
Dry up. This could be that they're saying that the world is the environmentalists say that we're dooming the world because there's too many of us and they need to be less.
Mm.
We're taking up too much room because at
Right.
8 billion. But you know what happens?
What happens?
When you get more civilized, right? Well, more technologically advanced, yeah. If you're a company, you have less babies.
Sure.
And see, in the third world, where you have to depend on your family, you have more babies.
Yep.
So That way, as we get more advanced, people have less babies. But you have to have a certain amount of babies. You know why?
Why?
Because can have some random crap happen to you where you get a virus which kills everybody.
Oh,
Or you get a random thing when a meteorite hits your planet.
okay.
And we've had that happen. We've had frozen times and hot times, and where the whole race of humankind got wiped out almost,
Right.
and people survived. And that's why we're here,
Sure.
because we are like the song from the disco era. I will survive. I will survive. That was all. Anything else?
Mutalai? Wait. Motherly? Reason?
Model vision, modeling vision.
Motherly.
That's where we don't see things clearly, because we see things from such a prejudicial political perspective that the other guy hates you
All right.
and wants to destroy you and destroy your career. Well, this is not nice. It used to be you could disagree.
Sure.
I disagree with Zombie Boy. I say, Zombie Boy, you shouldn't eat brains. People need them. And if you did eat brains, it should increase your IQ. Obviously, it's not.
You get smarter, right?
You get no, he don't. You just,
Study people in butcher. They get more
oh
power.
yeah, he gets smart enough to abuse a man in a wheelchair. That's his. That's his goal. Now, is anything else there?
Spy, Ray.
Oh, the Chinese have infiltrated every aspect of New York City
Mm-hmm.
because they got the money
Right.
and they're using beautiful spies. So they get solidarity with the women's, and then they get the sexual seduction of the men. Would I deal with a Chinese spy if she was beautiful enough?
I would.
He would. And then they slit my throat and take my apartment.
I'd be
Because
safe. You know why?
why would be safe?
We were doing the hoopy doop so many times. So she
Oh,
gonna give me a go away pass. She said, here's your new name, password. Stay away for 6 months.
see, he's a stud.
Mm.
He, I don't know what he's like in bed because I
And
don't
then
know,
and then for
but he
six
must be.
months, I'll be on a low low.
He'd be on the low
And
low.
when it's clear, I come with my Uzi and be like, oh, he's the one trying to get me killed. Bam!
See, he's killing
And then we
somebody. He
and
killed
then
me already.
and then we stay together forever.
Oh yeah, he's a
True
romantic.
love.
True love, me and my Chinese spy, even though I am a zombie. She'll let me go out in the night and eat brains, and it's okay with her. No, but he doesn't. He's gonna be full because she's secretly working for the Chinese government, and her first love is the symbol of Mao Zedong.
Mm,
And she's been teaching this whole life. And now, even though he's a stud, it don't matter because ideological things with the red Chinese trump everything. It's true.
for sure.
Anything else?
Head game hard. I think hard can be prevented or something like that.
A heart attack could be prevented
Oh, okay.
if you lose enough weight and you take the medicine that makes you skinny. That
Oh,
was good news.
back Bilks are
Boot the New Yorkers who don't want to live in New York anymore.
okay.
Boot them out.
Okay.
That's why I say, if you wear a mask and you want to beat up a New Yorker, if you can't argue without hitting them in the head, get the hell out. Get the hell out. Go back to the country you come from. I hate that. People come to this country and they hate the country. What are you doing?
Why you came here?
Well, you come here, and the only reason you can run around saying you hate the country is because we're a free country and we latch your mouth off.
Every country and state, you still gotta work, you still gotta live in a house, you still gotta drive around,
Right.
you
And what
still gotta eat, you still gotta shower, you still gotta
you gotta do all these
still
things.
gotta have a relationship with the community, still gotta have a relationship with your girlfriends.
Where you go, we'll go eat, see the way he said
No,
his girlfriend.
because you don't know what the situation is. That
He's
could be
he,
anyone.
he's gonna be in trouble.
So
Is this gonna get out?
I'm
You
just
know, women, they might one day they might, 5 years from now or 20, they'll
mm,
say, what does the video say that his girl or his girlfriend?
I'm gonna tell you that's the
And
other
women
government.
have long memories.
Yeah.
They remember things that you did like when you met them first.
Yeah.
Look at you, didn't open the door for me. You're no gentleman. But it's okay, because they're nice people, beautiful women. Oh, we put up with their nonsense anyway.
World, I think, world, oh, wood, Chuck,
We bond, Chuck. I don't know what that means. Oh, then the last, we're just gonna finish up with the Gen X's.
Gen X,
And then underneath it, I have the
denied.
denied. You know what the Gen X's are doing?
What the Gen X is done.
They're denying that they think they're perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not perfect.
Nope.
And then there's self-hatred there, because what they want to do is have no people in the world. You know, people have been taking turns as oppressing each other, and they conveniently forget when they were the oppressor.
Right.
All we could do is what Jesus said: forgive your trespasses and love people and treat them like you would want to be treated.
Correct.
That's the only thing you could do. And that'll wipe out half the problems. Now, sometimes you'll have a conflict with somebody, and that conflict is an honest conflict because you have two different interests. But you don't have to hate them and kill them, and you don't have to kill their children. That's no good.
That's true.
It's not good.
Yeah.
And you don't have to eat their brains. I know he loves eating brains.
So some taste like Albert Einstein, very smart.
Oh, that was
But
a meal.
some of them just don't taste good.
No,
But
yeah,
it still had like soy sauce in it.
yeah, soy. Eat too much Chinese food. It's bad for you, but enough of it's good. Oh, I love me a Chinese meal. Okay, we're all done now.
Last one's denied.
Deny you deny your flaws.
All right.
See, we're all flawed, even me. Primarily because I can't walk.
Mm.
If I could walk and I'm getting old, I would get your love. Oh, he's wandering away, my friend did go. Now we gotta go away. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Oh, I
Banana.
get my banana. I
This
eat like a
this is
monkey.
not bananas, this is brains.
This spray, all
This
this.
is our new food.
Now I'm not gonna eat,
Our food nutrition
but
is you put it in the banana.
I need milk with my banana. But we're gonna do that afterwards. We got to get out of here now.
All right.
Oh,
Goodbye.
goodbye, goodbye. Oh no, I think goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.